Let me start off by saying that I love this game. It's very, very good. The platforming to the difficulty, I mean, it's very satisfying game. And I thought a platformer in VR, how does that work? I mean, how good can that really be? I've read and saw awesome uh, reviews of this, and I thought, well, let this be the first VR game I buy. Why not? And I am extremely satisfied by this game. I love it. And you really need to have the awareness, a real awareness in the game. I mean, you need to aim and shoot while you run from things. You need to look behind corners, look at two things at the same time, so to not to fall off a cliff edge or anything when you run. But completing a stage is very satisfying. Uh, every stage feels unique, and not necessarily just in mechanics and sometimes the environment, but there are always something that makes the level feel very unique, like for example the terrain and some small things like just, well, it makes the level unique to levels that are, well, similar to that. There's always something different about stages. And the way you see your own character, I mean, you're in the game. You're not only controlling this little robot that's are supposed to rescue all the other small bots, but you're the character that controls but also interacts with the bots and other things. I mean, the enemy can see you, so you need to, for example, use different mechanics, like headbutting a football or soccer ball, whatever, back to the enemy, or even blowing into the microphone that's in the VR headset to interact with the flower. And this gotta be the first game where I absolutely adore the underwater levels. I mean, come on, you played Super Mario underwater levels? Oh no. God, they can be annoying. We've all been there. But not this one. Sure, they are different, but they never feel like unfairly hard or slow. They feel like any other level. And in that I mean they feel very unique and very alive with, well, bots, I guess. And you really need to check every corner in this game to find all the bots. I mean, up, down, left, right. You need to check every corner to see if there's a bot, or also there are even hidden chameleons that are invisible until you actually look at them. And these chameleons unlock bonus stages that are challenging, or challenge stages, I should say. You need to look everything to find everything, or just look around and enjoy the world. I mean, the world of Astro Bot Rescue Mission is amazing. Graphics are great, and the environments are different, but not 100% different, of course. But every world, I think there are 3 worlds, or is it 4? My memory is so bad. But the worlds are different. They don't have like different different themes. I mean, every world is have different stages with different themes, and I love that. You also have a hub world in the well, ship, I guess you would say, in a spaceship. And in this hub world, you can use the coins that you collect in the levels and unlock small figures. And these figures can be used, or you unlock them and you can use them to transform the hub world into different environments. And each different transformation exists. There are different themes of those, like city landscape, volcano, and such things like that. And unique, those are just as unique as the worlds. Jesus. Even without somewhat of a script, I can't speak. Well, unique mechanics exists to the controllers, which give you abilities like throwing stars that can stick to walls and unlock mechanisms and such. There's also a water gun and a rope. What's the word I'm looking for? You shoot out a rope and it sticks to something, and then you can balance on that rope or pull something off the wall and things like that. It's a very unique mechanic that makes the game feel even more unique. And I have had a few problems with the aiming with the controller. Mostly with the throwing stars, because they need to be precise. Either I'm aiming like an idiot, or I need to aim at a specific point. Probably. But yeah, the aiming for the controller is not always as precise as you would want it, and that's a bit of a problem. Another thing that's very unique is the boss fights. And I don't mean unique in the sense of unique to other games per se, more like unique in the game. Every boss is different, and they are fairly hard or fairly difficult, depending on what difficulty you play on. But I found them to be average difficulty, except for the last two. The last boss I haven't even completed, actually. It was he is quite difficult. I'm not gonna show anything because I don't want to spoil too much of the boss fights. And another thing that makes this game so unique and lovable is the way that the bots interact with you. Not just, or mostly your the bot that you control. Or it, I should say, is very, I would say, lovable, because when you look at him and when you look at each other, I'd say, he waves at you, and all the sounds they make to, express their feelings. They're like R2-D2 in Star Wars, or BB-8. I mean, they can project their feelings with the sounds, and then they don't have much in expressions per se. I mean, they only have their eyes, but those eyes are all they need to show what they feel, and their happiness, their sad, or even hurt. And I love it. It's very well made. And we also have the bots that you rescue. They wave at you when you rescue them. They travel into your controller and they come up and they wave at you, and I love that. It makes them feel more, not it makes them feel more human, or robots with feelings at least. I mean, they feel not like machines without feelings. And clearing a level with all the bots in the first go through, that's very satisfying. I mean, the levels can be hard, they can be easy. That well, it depends. But when you finding all the bots, that's well, I would not say difficult, but a bit tricky, perhaps, even at the start. So getting those bots from first going through, it's very satisfying. I feel like I feel like they really they convey a appreciation when they start dancing. And speaking of dancing, the music and the sound, which I almost forgot to talk about, is great. It's awesome. I love the I don't know how to describe it really. It's playful, but it's also, I don't want to say modern because I like modern music, but it's great. It really, it's fast paced, and it really reflects the game, of where you are, what you're doing, and all that. I just love the atmosphere that the music creates in the game. And it's also a bit new to me actually, because it's not something I'm used to. But yeah, the music and the sound in the game or everything is awesome. It's great. Love that. Thumbs up. Well, all in all, I love this game, and I would say that's almost a reason to buy PlayStation VR. Now I know that I mean, $300 plus or something like that is a bit much, even for just one game, of course, but also so many other PlayStation VR exclusives that makes PlayStation VR well, I would say a must-have for anyone who has a PlayStation 4. But if you have a friend who has VR, I would recommend getting that or test that first, because some people are more easily, well, I would say gets more easily like sick or feel ill when they do VR. I know I have that problem sometimes in some games, so I say try to test VR before buying. Yeah. Well, that's all from me. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you someday again soon. And just to say, I'm sorry that this video took so long. I don't know why, really. Well, bye bye!